Hello, welcome back to Oolykee Gaming and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. Mod Monday. We have 9 mods and 2 sets of vehicles. Okay, first, disclaimer. We have a lot of amazing mods, guys. Just go and check them all out. I can't put them all on the video. Go and check. There's over 60-70 new mods came in last week, and we have many maps and many wonderful maps. Second disclaimer, the map I wanted to present here, for some reason I can't load. I tried loading different map, but unfortunately it didn't work for me. I have no idea what's happening, and because of the busy schedule I have in personal life today, it's already 2 o'clock. I have to have this video out within 3 hours, and who knows how many takes it's gonna take. So the map, I'm gonna present it, I'm gonna read about it, but unfortunately we're not gonna have it in this video. I'm gonna leave the link in the description of the video and you can check it out there. Okay, so let's start. We have something different. This is OPC NPP Resistor. My Cyrillic is really bad, sorry about this. Translated as RSE Resistor. Experimental production workshop of the research and production enterprise Resistor, made by Legend Gamer. So what is this? This is a factory that produces electrical components. If you click on it, you have here normal production, perfectly fine, but it's based in this kind of warehouse. Now, if I started my own company, I doubt that I'm gonna be having my offices in shiny ivory towers of the downtown of any city. Probably would be something like this. And this seems quite old school, and this is something that I would like to test it out and check it out for myself, because I quite like it. This is basic electrical component production. Bear in mind that they have quite nice production of 17 tons. Check out the link in the description of the video. It was expected that socialism will gonna start any caste divide sooner or later. So we have Mr. Raytheon, Demon Roll and Night Warrior making a pack called Suburbs for a well-off Soviets, if I may say so. So this is a nice dacha houses, nice set of houses, and they all have gardens. Unfortunately, they're not producing any fruits, or they're not feeding themselves anyway, but they look really nice. This is something probably that many Soviets would be inspired to get to, but unfortunately many of us couldn't. Anyway, check out the link in the description of the video. Okay, this is something different. Actually, it's the same as we have from before, but it's actually different. This is VVER-1000 V-320 nuclear heat and power plant. So, what the hell is this? Mr. Dirty Dirk made this mod. I'm gonna present it over here. I'm just gonna go into our power plant section. If we go to power plants, we will have this VVER power station. We have the old one as well over here, but it's just called Balakovo. This is the one. It's much bigger than the original one. So what it is, it's a nuclear power plant that has heating as well. There's a huge big description of this mod. Unfortunately, I didn't go all the way into testing it, but I will demonstrate. Pause when building this building, by the way. You need to set both buildings up at the same time. So you make your nuclear power plant as it is. It's still paused. You have a little bit of a cross within the power plant, which is going to be in the center of reactor. You cannot see it here on this model that is finished, but you're gonna see it over here. So we're gonna go and zoom in over here, and you can see the small cross over here. You need to fill this cross in. So how do you do that? So we need to go and find the heat plant. Heat plant can be found here and probably on the second page. It's the same icon as the nuclear power plant, but it's a heating station. Now when you zoom out, it's gonna look like this. It's gonna look like this. It's weird building. They only work nice visually when they're connected. So how are we gonna do this? If you zoom in, you do that by holding shift button. You zoom in. Usually initially they're in perfect location, but if you start scrolling it around, you're gonna off balance it, but if you find the balance again, it should be the same entrances should be on the same side. You can see here road entrance here and the road entrance here. You can see the steam pipes going in the opposite direction. So if you zoom in as much as you can and try to get those at the perfect location, more or less. I don't think it really needs to be in a perfect location, but closer the better. At least that's how mod maker wants us to use it. And you can then click on the heating part of the heating plant if you wish to see how it's progressing. And if you just go and check out your heat pipes, you can see the pipes getting out of the building here. If you start to construct them, I will stop now. We're gonna go for the finished model. I'm gonna pause again. You can see that pipes are going to be fitting here perfectly. This is exactly what I did here with this power plant. This is just 90 degrees rotated on the side. So we have finally nuclear power plant and heater. I will not present the rest of the description of the mod because it's absolutely huge, but there's mention of it working, the power plant working better during the summer months or producing more electricity because simulating that during the winter time is producing this heat, so their productivity probably drops during the... I have no idea how they made it, but this is definitely something I will be using with the power plants in my Let's Plays. Anyway, check it out in the description of the video. Okay, this is probably gonna be the ugliest presentation of a mod ever, and I'm sorry about this. This is Mr. Toprus's mod. This is a mod of hiking trails. Mr. Toprus made this, and it's a pack attempt of something little unusual. He wanted to make use of the nice beautiful mountains we have. Unfortunately, this is a default, this is a generated map and it doesn't have really nice mountains, but any mod maker mapper usually they make quite beautiful mods, and this is his attempt of putting some sightseeing locations in your mountains, probably close to the city or at least connected well for your tourists so they can visit. This is campfire mod, and you have here the picnic spot. Of course you have some signs, you have the hilltop, you know, with the Warsaw there, London then there, Moscow and Vladivostok in this direction and this kind of stuff, and also signs for the paths. It's a really nice cute mod. It's a different approach to tourism than we have in the game, and I think many of you guys will really appreciate that. Anyway, description of the video, check it out. Right, Moe's Tavern by Mr. Vicom. If I have to explain what this is to you, then you had a sad childhood, I have to say that. This is a Moe's Tavern from Simpsons. It's quite iconic one. If you ever watched the cartoon TV show Simpsons, you will definitely know what this is. So this is Moe's Tavern, the building everyone wanted but nobody knew about it. Just kidding. Simply I thought it would be funny to make it, and actually I didn't even know that he made it. This is really nice mod. I will definitely be using this as a pub. Yeah, it acts as a normal pub. It's just the simulation of the building of Moe's from Simpsons. Right, so Mr. Vicom made this mod. You can see it in the description of this video. This is my favorite of the week. Okay, we have another one from Mr. Rob 074. We have a prefab panel factory. This is one of the buildings missing from his set. I am really not sure about the capacity. 360 tons of prefabs. They're probably gonna be sorted here outside. This is quite decent. This is actually quite large. I'm pretty sure that this is the building. It's large itself. Usually Mr. Robs puts productivity of his buildings a little bit under the productivity of vanilla buildings, usually, not always, and I believe this one could be the same. 200 tons of gravel and 30 tons of cement. That means productivity, I mean by using materials that are going to be needed to produce these buildings. So we have our prefab panel factory here that uses... it's similar, I have to say. It's... no, it's not. It's 6:1, around 6:1, which would be more 6:1 with the gravel and cement. Here it's more or less the similar what the vanilla game has, but it's a huge factory and it requires a lot of workers. But as always, I'm a fan of Mr. Robs, so there you go. Cement prefab panel factory. You even have a cement silo in here. Really nice model. Okay, we have Mr. Novo and no collision heat exchangers. This is something that I've been thinking about recently. Buildings. I even prefer buildings without collisions recently, so I can actually put them as close as I want. Some of the buildings, when you try to build them, they have a huge footprint underneath that you have to have a huge flat ground. Some of them even unusually flat ground, or big at least. So I kind of started preferring these kind of buildings, and I'm gonna try to place them in as realistic as possible. Of course, Mr. Novo made these buildings without any collisions. You can find them in heat exchanger here. You have no collisions small heat exchanger and no collisions big heat exchanger. Of course, you have also the forwarding station or pumping station that would be in heat transfer. You have no collision pump, as you can see here. This is the bigger one, and no collision pump, the smaller one. Yes, so you can place them more or less anywhere. You can see in the photos of in the link of description of this video, you can see how he placed them close to vanilla buildings in the mod. Check it out in the description. Mr. Blue Pro or Blue Bro and Mr. Ryan the Skinny Western excavators and crane pack. Of course, description of this is describing every single individual piece of this equipment, and it's a long description. I'm not gonna read it. You can see it in the description of the video. Check it out. This is something different. These are Western excavators, so when you start populating your construction office, you don't have to use only rubles. Now you can have something imported. Some of them look quite iconic, if you catch my drift. They look quite nice. So your gravel pits, so your construction offices can have something different than the usual Soviet excavators. Check out the link in the description of the video. Right, now something different. Homo Pump Mother made this. This is KTM-1 Road-compatible. This is a tram that will run on electrified roads. So it's technically just remodeled trolley bus, which is kind of ingenious when you think about it. Most of the people playing this game have a problem with the tram lines because they are using the normal railroad lines to transport people via tram. So this should be something more closer to this, because trams they have narrower gauge, they can use tighter angles, they can go on roads where most of the they can go on roads that has rails where most of the vehicles can go as well, and it's quite unrealistic the way they have trams in this game. And I think this is a genius thing, and also started thinking, like, can anybody make the roads that have already tram lines built into it and then just use trolley buses as trams, or modders can model trams as trolley buses, and they would be using the main. It's just a bypass. It's just a solution to the same problem, but viewed from a different point of view. Anyway, I think this is great. This is really, really amazing. I'm loving this, the idea, and I hope that other people that this is gonna catch on, and hopefully we're gonna see some real trams around here. While we're gonna be watching them, we're gonna go and talk about the map. Right, Mr. Jack, Communist Great Britain and Ireland, UK and Ireland map mod. Play as the British Isles to create the ultimate self-sufficient communist utopia. There are plenty of resources and flat areas, but no customs houses, so exports will need to be done via sea. Also, there's a large number of mountains whose resources will need extracting to the flatter ground. British Isles, Great Britain, Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland, Scotland, England and Wales. Yes, so the map is a representation of the British Isles, or let's try to piss as many people off. Ireland as well, how you want to perceive it or not, and we'll see if you can make some troubles there as well. And maybe finally plan of Mr. Boris Johnson can put into place where they want to build a bridge from Scotland to Northern Ireland. Maybe you can do that, but definitely on this map is going to be easier than in real life. That's it. I'm going to leave it here. I think the map is absolutely cute. You should check it out. Unfortunately, I couldn't check it out here in the Mod Monday. Anyway, if you enjoyed this presentation, please consider liking, subscribing, ringing the notification bell, leave a comment in the comment section, let me know what you think. If you want to support the channel, as well, description of the video. Guys, thanks for watching, have a lovely week, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.